What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Trail Talk. Today we're covering what tools an off-roader should carry. Let's go. Yes! Okay, once again, welcome back to Trail Talk. It's Wednesdays with Evan and Eric, right?
Yeah, let's get it.
Hopefully this launches on a Wednesday. We've now really cemented that day. Like I said in the video, today we're covering tools. You already know that though, because last time we covered what riding gear in general, what basic gear do you need? We talked about tools. I never opened this bag though, did I?
No, you didn't.
We're gonna go in this bag. We're going in depth on tools today. There's some other stuff around here. There's some other things. We're gonna get into it. But here's the deal on tools. And again, all gear in general. Make sure that you're letting what you do drive what you actually need. So like, you know, these things are great. Do you need to go do this whole thing I'm about to show? You don't need to. But it is very handy to have an organized, good toolkit to have on the trail, especially for longer trips. Certainly if you're on a short trip, we have some other options, right? Eric, what is your style for carrying anything?
It's pretty minimal. I usually try to find a friend like you to ride with.
Pretty minimal is an overstatement. I think he was quoted last time saying he only brings food, drink, and a ratchet strap.
And a belt sometimes.
Is your tool version of a ratchet strap just simply a hammer?
No, it's a strap. I bring a strap.
Okay, this is what I carry on a little bit longer of a ride. If I was just riding around here for the day, if you can see right through the back there, a trail right there. If I was just riding around close by to like civilization, there's probably other options. We're gonna get into it though. So, here we are, this bag right here. Eric, it changed my life. So the point of this bag is that you're gonna find that it's quite organized. I used to in the past have like a little bit, it was more of a square bag. So it was a little bulkier, whereas this bag is quite thin down between the seats. Secure it somewhere in boxes, in my duffel system like you saw last video. The other thing about this bag is it's not just what I call the black hole. You open it, you know, I don't know, if you're used to running a purse that has, you know, just one big opening, maybe you're okay with that. I could never find the tools that I needed. There were sockets everywhere. Where did I lose this one? I had no idea. So I love this bag. It's from Blue Ridge Overland. Sick bag. I have multiple of them. And this is what my main setup is. So I love having a good way to hold everything. We said at the beginning, you don't need something crazy like this. So here is your option number one. This guy is coming on every single vehicle just down in the glove, or it's in different places, but this is the OEM from the factory bag that you can just get right out of your brand new vehicle. If you have a used vehicle, not sure if this will still be in there. Hopefully, a lot of people don't even know about these, I think. But in this awesome, oddly durable Ziploc, this has seen a lot of miles. You have some great things. We showed last episode, there's like, boom, tire pressure checker. Shock adjuster, right? These are things people don't think about. Shock tool, clutch tool on the other side. Shock tool, clutch tool, right? There's tons of stuff in there. There's some spares of a few different connectors. There's some spare fuses in here. Super close up, do you see this?
Let me get there. Yes.
Yellow thing,
yeah.
Spare fuse.
Tiny.
Awesome. Great to have. For the hitch, right? So many good things. But equally though, this is toolkit option number one.
Another bag.
You almost need to have like a tweezers to use to open this stuff. Yes, another bag. So this is obviously unopened because I largely use this. There are past times when I've used the factory toolkit because all of the things in here, you know what we're gonna do actually?
Open it up.
Because this is just too cool of a tool. So right, you got a pliers, but also screwdrivers, right? Very interesting. You have a bunch of different Torx keys, different sizes. Very cool, actually, little kit that you can certainly do a lot of stuff. Take panels off, get belts taken, whatever. There's a lot of things you can do. Clutch tool, all that. This is a great option. This is, even though you may not even know about this, Eric, you were riding with tools.
I was.
You were riding with tools the whole time.
I was prepared.
So that is option number one. I'm a avid fan and student of YouTube myself. And back when I started wheeling off-road more, actually first in my 4Runner, doing some overland stuff, getting into awesome, longer off-road trips, I was like, I need to have more tools with me, because I was starting to run into situations where I did, in fact, need a tool. So there is a YouTube channel called Trail Recon. I'm sure people have seen it who probably watch this. And he shared the amazing goodness of this bag as well as an awesome system inside this bag. I have changed that system some for my needs, which is what anyone should do. Change things for your needs, take info in, brain gears turn, output my solution. Without further ado, Eric, we are opening the bag. Boom! A little bit of craziness happened there. This is what the bag looks like. And actually, we're gonna go through it this way. This is your stage left.
Got it.
There are all these pouches. I have them labeled, right?
You sure
And
do.
there are some items that don't fit in the pouches, but they still fit in the bag, Eric.
I see that.
I'm gonna go through these real quick because I feel like this is your tool.
I use that all the time.
This is just simply a hammer. Ball peen, obviously. I literally got this size so it fits in the bag. Plenty of uses for this. Obviously, it actually incorporates other things further to come. So, hammer, okay? We're gonna have so much stuff on this table, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. This is going to be something we talk about when, take a sneak peek here, spoilers, there's a sockets, right, thing. There's actually another ratchet in here, but this is the 1/2-inch one. Delete that from your brain, we're gonna come back to it. Okay, pouches. I have these in a specific order where the heaviest things are at the bottom of the bag and somewhat lighter things are at the top. So just track along with me, right? If you have pro tips for how I'm doing this all wrong, have at it in the comments. All right, pouch number one. This bag is literally—
I can't believe it just ripped off like that.
It's so cool. Okay, let's go like this. What do we have here, Eric? The quick fix bag. So in here, there's like quick fix stuff like, check it out, zip ties, right? Tape fixes many things. Other tape, duct tape. So there's electrical if you have to do some connection stuff. Public service announcement, I hate electrical work. So this is more just like quick fix it stuff. Sharpie and some paint pens. If you have to mark something, write something down, pro tip, whenever I go through a vehicle, like for a quick walk around or make sure that stuff is torqued properly, I use a paint pen, come around very quickly. Like right here. Here, this is actually a new paint pen. Stay tuned. Paint pen, see right here?
Yes.
I don't know if this is still torqued properly. Currently I know it's torqued, so I'm gonna put right? I'm gonna mark this side. If you come over just a little, Eric, can you see?
Yeah.
So if I was at a better angle, I would do a better job, but you can now tell visually, is that bolt still torqued? Yes, it is, we're good to go. Or if you were taking it off and putting it back on, you now know exactly where to tighten the screw to. I love paint pens, they're my favorite thing. Also Sharpie if you have to write something down. Level, just cause, you know, I don't know, you might not even need that. Some other fixture items. So we have some super glue. This could be more like for plastic panels, like probably you're not doing crazy work with this. Loctite, AKA thread locker. The red, is there any other color than red? Like, if it's on, I'm putting it on forever. Baling wire, okay? So this can do crazy things. Later on, we're gonna get to some pliers. if you had to attach something and you really cranked on it with wire and a pliers, you can really lock stuff down. Tape, very strong if you layer it on. If you had to use this stuff in a pinch, you could absolutely limp yourself out of a sticky situation. I believe you've actually done this yourself, Eric.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
You don't carry the tools, but you've been in a situation where you've used these tools.
Exactly.
It happens, you know, make sure your buddies are carrying them too, right?
Yep.
This is an awesome one. This is a magnetic tool, right? So if you drop something way down from maybe the top of the cargo box into the engine bay, boom, you can get it out. Also, drop something behind your toolbox at home in the garage. Don't put your hand where the spiders are. Use this.
Yes.
Tape measure. Honestly, I used to carry just a paper tape measure like a seamstress would use. Also really nice. I actually kind of want to switch to that because this is just space taken up, but another option. A box cutter. Very handy to have. Like, you know how you have always a nice knife on you? This doesn't cut certain things, Eric.
Sure, sure.
This cuts like the gunky stuff, the gummy stuff. I don't always want to use my pocket knife. And then the last thing in here, quick fix. Oops, let me hack that puppy apart. Whoa. This is a hacksaw blade. Sometimes you have to cut certain things. This doesn't even have to pertain to the vehicle. You could be using this around the campsite. Remember, like, your vehicle is your vehicle. These are very durable. They do awesome. If you do need to work on it, you can. But also, if you're camping, you've got a tent, you've got a stove, you've got chairs, you've got all these different things, wood for a fire, that tools are very applicable to. Okay? So, quick fix bag.
Yes.
Pouch number 1, we've got many an item. Pouch number 2. My handwriting is like not legible. Screwdrivers and Allens. I feel like I said that weird. Allens. Neither of those things. You find where it fits. Having a shears, like not just a scissors, but a shears is an awesome thing to have. I bought a small one that just felt really durable, honestly. Like, this isn't anything super special, super cheap, but having a shears is great. Cutting wire, cutting different things. You can cut plastic panels with this if you need to. I believe you can cut a penny with certain shears. Don't recommend trying that, my personal plug. The rest of this stuff is, in fact, all screwdrivers. Check them out here. So I have, you know how there's like a million screwdrivers? You don't need to bring a million. A couple flatheads that are longer, a couple Phillips that are longer, thin and thick, and then a couple stubbies, because sometimes in, you know, the confines of certain space, you don't have enough room. All these tools, by the way, in case you're wondering, because people are gonna ask, they're from a company called Tecton. They have no idea this video is happening, so we paid for this stuff. They're cool tools, check them out, or don't. But I like them because they're from the Midwest. The next thing, 3 sets, let me make this easier for you, Eric.
Okay.
Of Allens, and I forget what these are called, Torx keys, right? Star Allens. You will see later on that I do not bring standard, metric, etc. for every single thing. For Allens I do, because there are so many camping accessories, sporting goods, all the different hobbies in the world. There's so many things that do require different Allens that I do bring both full sets. They're not that big, it does work pretty nice, weight, whatever. Torx, this is my favorite attachment method. I wish everything was Torx. Just make life a lot easier. But I bring these 3, and I bring the screwdrivers. That concludes pouch 2, screwdrivers and Allens. Pouch 3.
Yeah?
Eric, are you a 3 person?
I'm a trace. I do it like this. I can't, my fingers,
You that one?
look at this, my fingers don't work that way.
Pouch 3. We are halfway through. Wrenches. This is the easiest pouch. Once again, credit to Brad from Trail Recon. This has just made my life so much better.
Look at that roll.
Look at
Oh.
You will see later on I have a less organized socket system, but this, what do you need a 10, Eric?
Yes, 12.
Or, sorry. Okay, 12.
Oh, thanks.
Boom.
Got it.
It is so handy to have all of this organized neatly in here. This is where I only bring metric. You will find, so luckily in my life, like on my larger vehicle and on Razors, Generals, everything, metric is by and large the most common fixture, hardware, whatever, method being used. So I only bring metric for all this stuff. If it's standard, don't recommend. You can make stuff work in a pinch. You'll also see I have an adjustable wrench later, but metric is the way to go from 8 all the way up to 22. That's gonna cover everything you need. This is also where I say you should do work on your own vehicle, because how would you know if you need certain things if you didn't work on it, right? I know sometimes life is busy, totally is for me too. I try to at least work on my vehicle sometimes, so I do know, hey, I know I need, a 19 for this, or I know I need to have as small as a this guy for like this little case cover, right? Working on your vehicle definitely makes you more prepared to work on your vehicle when you're in the middle of nowhere as well. So, pouch number 3, totally cool and awesome and perfectly fits in the pouch wrench set. All right, pouch 4 is what we're on. This is the least organized pouch.
It sounds like it.
Oh boy. Sockets, right? I should have wrote ratchets on there too, because we do have a ratchet. So let me come all the way back. A ratchet is obviously what you use to interface with a socket. Am I doing a tool instrument? Am I Tim the Tool Man Taylor right now? So obviously I have ratchets. I do bring a half, what do they call them?
Drive.
Half-inch drive. Oh my gosh, thank you. Half-inch drive, 3/8 drive. I do not bring a quarter. Obviously I have them at home. There's just no need like out there, out here, wherever we are. So in here, we saw the ratchets, right? I have a full set, I think it's 8mm again to 19mm, 8 to 19, so different than the wrenches, in deep 3/4 inch drive. I also have, they kind of sink to the bottom, an entire set of shallow 3/4 inch drives, 8 all the way to 19. By the way, because I work on my vehicle, 19mm is what you need for the tire lug.
Yeah.
I would actually use a deep one because you kind of run out of space in here, but kind of get all the way around almost. 19mm, work on your vehicle. Actually, deep 19. You never get this lucky when you need it on the trail. Boom, now I can actually wrench on this thing right here. Very helpful to have. Also in here, there is some step ups and step downs. So I can extend up to a 1/2 inch drive if somehow, whatever, this one down. What world are we living in if that's happening? Also in here, can I find it fast enough? I found it. The flexible, because sometimes you have to be at a weird angle, and it's very helpful to have the little flexi guy. I do not like flex heads on ratchets as much as I like having a flex adapter. So often for me, I'm trying to, wrench, and then you just get at a different level. I don't know, it's just annoying to me. I know some people love them. Pick your own, right? It's not like Apple versus iPhone,
Android.
It's not like Android versus Apple. It's just like pick your favorite ratchet, Work on your vehicle so you know what you need to bring. Equally then, finally too, the 1/2 inch, why do I have this? Because I do also have a set of deep 1/2 inch that takes me all the way up to 24mm. So I have from 8mm all the way up to, this is not it, this is a 22, but all the way up to 24mm. It's a little heavy. That's bag 4. I know it looks like kind of craziness, but it is all in here. And I know they will all be in here. Takes a little searching. Bag 4, sockets. Pouch 5. Why am I running out of breath?
This is so exciting.
I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, pouch 5. We lost a thing. Pouch 5 is pliers and grips. Would you have ever been able to read that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
It's not as bad as you make it sound.
Pouch number 5. So, would you ever have expected me to pull out a 6-inch C-clamp? Honestly, I use C-clamps a lot. They're nice if you really just need to like really vise down on something, hold on to something. You know, if you were pushing in like bearings, different things, it's actually more handy than you would imagine. Like you can put kind of a block here and do some different things. You could put you know, if you back this out and you put a socket in here and the socket is the correct size for a bearing, there are some crazy things you can do with this. And this is pretty deep. It literally, with the handle, you know, let me come in a couple here. Eric, you gotta be am I impressing you at all?
I never would have expected a C-clamp.
C-clamp in the bag, awesome to have. Okay, next thing, remember when I said I didn't bring anything standard? I brought an infinitely adjustable wrench.
I think that's the only wrench that I pack.
This is from like, I think my first ever toolkit gift for Christmas, like when I was 10.
Yeah, that's me.
Still have this guy running strong, adjustable wrench. Aren't these called crescent wrenches too?
Yeah, the brand.
There's like oh, is that why?
Yeah, it's like Kleenex tissue.
Tons of different names.
Yeah.
We're not affiliated with Crescent. Next up here, a few different pliers. So we have, I call these cutters or snips. I've got my favorite absolute pliers ever. Don't you always feel like you need needle nose for things?
Yeah, yeah.
Also have cutters on the front. Needle nose is great. Literally, I bought these, so size-wise, I think they're like 7-inch, and then this is like 10 inches if you were to, you know, if you wanted to get these, but they all fit in here. I think these bags are 12 inches long, and this is also 12 inches by 12 inches. However, a hammer that is 14 inches can fit in. I call these gator grips, or like adjustable pliers basically, but these are nice. I went a little longer on these because you do need to, I feel like when you're using this, like you need to hang on and have good leverage. So that is why I have this size for this. Still kind of in the pliers world. Vice grips, again, because I like needle nose so much, I do like to pick the more needle, thin nose type. Plus, if you need to get into a little bit tighter space, it helps. Versus the like this style of these, I do like the pointy ones better. We also have a chisel, which, let's say you stripped a bolt or something, you know, now you are hammering that thing off. Or if you're going straight down, you know, let's say you strip an Allen, because Allens strip like every day. You can now hammer a flathead spot into it, or you can chisel something off. Chisels are great to have. Also, punches. These kind of just ended up in here because I needed them one time. I can't even remember why, but I was like, okay, I'm not running out of punches again. So I have punches in here also. Once again, little tap tap from the ball peen, good to go. That is pouch number 6, pliers, grips, and the elusive C-clamp. Last pouch.
All right, what is it?
We have got the random and extras pouch. You have no idea what's in here.
I hope it's cookies. I hope.
Imagine if I had been so wise.
A whole pouch of cookies.
First thing that I have in here, nitrile gloves, because if you're dealing with fluids or just, you know, whatever, you want to keep your hands clean. Always you want to have protection. Oh, once again, oh my gosh, not once again, I need to say this for the first time. On the very outside of the side note, gloves. for all this stuff, and this is out here because it's the easiest thing to grab, you want to have gloves when you're doing all this stuff. If you're gonna, again, I have some in my winch bag. I also have some in the tool bag. This is for your hands. Wear hand protection. Also, eye protection, I do not put in here because it will get crushed. Goggles, though, are eye protection. Also why I wear clear goggles, so it's like you look crazy, but you can work on your vehicle. So gloves here, forgot about those. But then in here, obviously sometimes you don't want to ruin, like, you know, I don't know if these are nice gloves, but you don't want to ruin fabric gloves. Boom, nitrile gloves. Also, if you're doing a medical thing, boom, you might want to have nitrile gloves. I have extras of these in my tire plug kit, but I do keep even more of these valve stems that are super easy to replace. They're awesome. A gasket, because, you know, gasket things. And then this is literally a bag of spare parts. Not from this machine, but from my machine. So things that I've taken off, there's spacers in here, there's washers in here, there's some cotter pins that are used for different things. All things that if you work on your vehicle and you look at them, you're like, oh, I know this is for that, I have an extra one. It could help if you know certain things you've had troubles with in the past. Get an extra, put it in here, boom, now you've got one on the trail if it's like a specific thing. I love having just extra bolts, even if it doesn't, like, you know, fit exactly. You could be, if maybe you're fixing your camp stove and you just need to like reattach where the lid like it goes on. I have some small bolts in here that I could just turn on. Pinch fix, boom, you're good. You could even zip tie through the hole, whatever. There's tons of things you can use. This is my random and extras. And there's more room in this bag, Eric. More things could go in here. But there you go, that is the last pouch in the bag. Eric, we're very close to the end of the video, but we aren't at the end of the video yet. Let's talk about some things that I don't keep. Okay, things outside the bag. Currently all covered. Let me just show you here. So, random extras is the last bag on this side. Velcro. I already forgot the orders. Pliers and grips. Right here, this is all just Velcro, right? Sockets. Heavier one goes at the bottom of the bag. Boom, sockets. We have wrenches, also heavy, bottom of the bag. Screwdrivers and Allens. The quick fix #1. Move all this stuff around. Hammer. This thing, otherwise referred to as a socket. Flip it all over. That side. Shove the hammer in. Tool bag. Okay, outside of the tool bag, but still very important. If you watched the last video, these all go in a duffel bag, so they're not just loosey-goosey. I don't think I showed this in the last video. This is the first item. This is a multimeter. You can test, so disclaimer. I'm known for hating doing electrical work. I really don't like doing it. Literally, the only reason I have this is because there are people who I know who do electrical work. But also, I do know how to check like battery, how is the battery doing, amp draws, just like, this has probably got 1,000 uses, that program stuff that I don't even know. I do know how to check amp draws though, so that is why I have this. Good to have, especially if you're, if you don't have an LED readout for like battery status. Great to have a multimeter. Kind of in the realm of batteries, we did show this in the last video, but this is still kind of a toolsy thing in case someone didn't see that video. This is a jump pack for your vehicle's battery. This is instead of carrying jumper cables, which would be kind of weird in the off-road to me. You plug this into here. These connect to your battery, and you can literally charge the vehicle for a certain amount of time, jump it right back up. Awesome, like, peace of mind to have if you are running lights or audio and you don't have the vehicle on. Really, really awesome peace of mind. Pro tip with these, make sure they are charged. Am I saying that because one time in the past I didn't make sure, Eric?
Yes, that's why.
That is why I'm saying it. So don't make my mistake. I make sure they're charged now. Awesome to have a little battery jump starter. And per the last video too, I always keep instructions for things because, listen, if you can remember how to use all of your gear, my brain is getting rid of too much of that info too quickly. So, little jump starter, awesome to have. Moving this out of the way. Oh, I should put the multimeter in here. WD-40. This goes inside my duffel. This is awesome for the following things. Squeaks, don't use this on ball joints though. You can loosen rust if you have like a stubborn bolt or something, not even on your vehicle, but on anything. A friend helps add lubricity. You like that word?
I do, it's big.
It's a lubricant for different things. WD-40, listen, if you work on stuff, you know you need it. And then finally, I do bring napkins also in the remainder of my gear, but actually just having, when your shop towel roll gets low in the garage, put it on the ground, stomp it flat, and it is now perfect for going inside of a pocket in a vehicle. That is also what you do with the toilet paper. Then you take a layer off so you aren't using dirty toilet paper. That is everything toolkit-wise. Eric, we covered it all the way from the in-depth tool bag, back down to the most basic toolkit setup, which is the OEM factory toolkit. As a reminder, we kind of have the basic and the more in-depth. Don't just go buy all this stuff. I mean, I'll certainly, pass this on as free information because obviously I love this setup. But if you don't need to bring all this, and guess what? If I was riding out here today, like I said, close to civilization, you can totally get by with an OEM toolkit. You don't need to have this weight, but this is awesome to bring and very handy to have if you do need it or if you're going for a longer period of time. Okay. Last thing for you guys, obviously all this gear is super cool. Aren't tools so cool, Eric?
Yes.
I am a big fan of tools. I think earlier on I was hugging this bag. It was really weird.
You were, a couple times.
A couple times. But none of this stuff is cool if you just buy tools and you don't know how to work on the rig, or you never use them, or you never ride or end up needing to use these, right? Have dirty gear, have stuff that gets used. Please go ride. If you take anything else from this video, please go ride. And come on back for the next Trail Talk video. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. We'll see you next time. Peace.